I'm here right to do this dungeon. Right. That's right. That's where I left myself. I remember. The bastard's tomb. Just a few more things and we're almost done here. What do we got going on? Bye, guys. Big on fist. What are you hiding in here?
How invigorating! Time for tea then.
The bastard's tomb. In life, Urich Grassgrazer was a rogue and a scoundrel. He made a fortune, first as a bandit and a raider, and later as a landowner and a businessman. In all of his roles, he more than earned the name he was given, Urich the Bastard. By all accounts, he relished the name. He even had it applied to his tomb when his long and vile life finally came to an end. This is the tale of how that came to be. Urich the Bastard was among the oldest men in Windhelm, but he was strong and vigorous as anyone half his age. He owned many of the shops and market stalls in the city, as well as the tavern, the stables, and most of the farms beyond the western walls. But own might be too soft a word. Urich ruled over his holdings with as much power and authority as any thane or yordle in the land. If you worked for Urich, he treated you little better than a servant or a slave, and if you rented land from him, he made sure you acted as a humble vassal in his vaunted presence. In other words, he was a pure and total bastard. While Urich continued to fortify his fortune and terrorize the people beholden to him, he also began work on his tomb. He chose a location far to the southeast, in the region where he made his first fortune as a bandit and a raider when he was a very young man. The old hideout that he used as a headquarters in those days of pillaging and plundering was located within a series of caves in the mountains separating southern Eastmarch from the rift. He hired the talented stoneworker Shrug Rockfingers to turn the unadorned caves into a suitable resting place for the bastard. She didn't disappoint. When Urich traveled to the tomb to see what Shrug had accomplished, he made one of a few blatant mistakes in his life, and it was a mistake that was about to cost him dearly. The truth was, Shrug had a grudge against the bastard. Of course, almost everyone who had ever met the bastard had a grudge or a grievance or an axe to grind with the intolerable man, but Shrug's grudge was personal and deep-seated. Urich had squeezed gold from Shrug's parents for decades while they toiled and worked the farm he rented to them. He remembered how they suffered, but rarely complained, how almost every coin they earned had to go to the bastard to pay off their debt, but it was never enough. And when Mother fell sick, Shrug could only watch as Urich and his goons unceremoniously tossed her family from their land for failing to make the regular payments. And on that day, Shrug swore she would find a way to make the bastard suffer. Urich was thrilled with the work Shrug had done on the tomb. It was regal and it was vast, and it appealed to his overblown sense of self-worth and status. He adored the raised dais and the altar that were the focal point of the main burial chamber, and the high ceiling above that gave the place a majestic air that played to his ego. Yes, he declared, this will do nicely. She led the old man to an open sarcophagus made of chiseled stone that stood upright against one wall. Would you care to step inside, my lord? She asked as innocently as she could manage, so that I can take an accurate measure. Oh, he beamed. He couldn't wait to step inside the ornate stone casket. But he was still a big man, and even at his advanced age, the inside of the box was tight and stuck. Squeeze in, my lord, she said, shoving at one of his broad shoulders. Finally, after a bit of a struggle and some judicious contortions by the old man, Shrug was able to swing the massive lid of the sarcophagus closed. How does it feel, my lord? She asked sweetly. A bit cramped, he admitted, and very dark. Just like your soul, my lord, she shouted, making sure he could hear her through the stone. Excuse me? What did you say? Urich demanded, his voice reflecting confusion and anger, and a slight hint of blossoming fear. This is for my parents, you bastard, Shrug declared as she sealed the lid of the sarcophagus. Enjoy your eternal rest, my lord. and Shrek could hear the bastard's cries echo through the chambers as she exited the tomb. She hoped it would take him a long, long time to die. Well, alrighty then. I put a quest over here. Let's, I guess, continue this way. Whoa! Rocked right there. Alright. Let's get this guy out of my way.
Your fate is sealed.
An inventory problem. Right, I was supposed to do something about that. I even said I was going to.
Trade with Kaji.
Let the research begin.
Buddy. What are you doing back here, sir?
I'm doomed. The Stormfist thugs captured me. I'm done for.
Why are you tied up?
I was minding my own business when I spotted this old crypt. I needed some gold to buy my sister a wedding present, so I figured why not see what was lying around. Who knew the place was crawling with these Stormfist bastards? Obviously not me.
How do I know you're not one of the Stormfists?
What? I'm no traitor. My sister serves as a soldier in the Skald King's army, for kind's sake. Look, I really want to be there for her wedding. If you let me free, I'll reward you for your trouble. Just find me in Yoren's stand when you can.
And I'll get you out of here.
I'm getting out of here. I'll meet you at Yoren's stand.
Let it sit with you.
My
Novel erudition always makes me heady.
My Lord Filgor, a contingent of Stormfist warriors you assigned to my command performed superbly. We've been disrupting trade and travel throughout the area as you ordered. When you give the signal, we'll begin the march toward Windhelm. We'll be in position to surround the city when the time comes to attack. I wish I could be with you at Skuldolphin, but I understand how important my mission is and why you entrusted me to accomplish it. I can't wait to bend my knee before you and witness the moment when you take your place upon the throne. If you would honor me with the task, I would love to make your cursed brother, Yoren, pay for his crimes against you. That milk-drinking bard. How he defeated you in battle is beyond me, Strongpins. You should have torn him apart like a ragdoll. I know he cheated, I just know it. We cleared the goblins out of the bastard's tomb and turned the place into a rather comfortable headquarters for the brigade. But I'm afraid the soft living is starting to make my troops lazy. Don't worry, though, I'll beat that out of them quickly. My troops are itching to do more than maraud across the countryside. We long for a real battle against worthy opponents. Hopefully the skeevers guarding Windhelm will provide just the challenge we need. Until I'm once again by your side and remain. More Stormblade. Guys. What are you guys doing over here standing over this mummy for? Weirdos. Suddenly not alone. I was very confused.
That was intellectually stimulating. Meritorious move.
Looks like we lost our friends. They must have been going for the storm shard. Or whatever it's called. Suddenly don't remember what its name is. The shard, right? Storm shard. I don't know. Gotta go over. Where do we gotta go? We're done there. We gotta go down here. Not kill the wolves, please?
Quality material makes for quality goods.
Would really like to leave the wolves alone, but not gonna happen.
Ew. Be sure to wash your hands.
Xander, everything we've been through, you think he'd be okay?
Now
with
that Filgoy is gone, perhaps the Stormfist clan would accept him as the one true king.
I wouldn't hold your breath. Maybe.
My sister is going to be so happy that you saved me.
I see you made it out alive.
I did, thanks to you. Not only did I make it in time to see my sister get married, but I also decided to follow her example and become a soldier for the Skald King. We're going to drive the traitorous Stormfist out of our land.
Glad I saved you. Good job. Okay. In that button. Alright, we gotta go down this way. And see what's down there. And then we just got the one quest left, I think. To my knowledge. Stop trying to take me over to the boss. I don't want to be at the boss fight.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that. Ah, time for tea then.
Alright, I think. There. I'm gonna have to follow the road because I don't know how to get there otherwise.
If you follow this route,
Thanks, dude. Okay. We're over this way. Looks like off the road somewhere. Oh, what's about the Dreamwalkers? They call them Dreamwalkers, beings that can, with a simple spell, step into the dreams of another. Your darkest desires, your most bizarre fantasies, your true self, all revealed to these Dreamwalkers, like an open book. Your most prized memories ransacked and picked through like the leavings of last night's feast. Those who Dreamwalk are said to have sworn themselves to the Daedric Prince Vermina, they to have sold their souls for the ability to enter her plane, the Dreamstride. The veracity of this claim I cannot say, but the similarities between what Dreamwalkers do and what the priests of Vermina accomplish is quite uncanny. The only difference I can ascertain was how each entered the dream state. Vermina's priests required nothing more than a drop of an alchemic concoction, a draught prepared by the most brilliant alchemists. The Dreamwalker, however, required no such potion. They conjure a magic that appears to be innate, not taught or passed down by her hereditary process. Were they blessed by the Daedric priest? Did their parents perform some sacred ritual to acquire this power upon birth? None I have spoken to truly know, or will say one way or another. But what of the Dreamwalkers themselves? What do they use this power to achieve? Think of the havoc one could cause by entering the dreams of another. It's a frightening thought indeed. Yet the Dreamwalkers I met were kind and gentle. They use their powers to help others. They eliminate painful memories, cure mental illnesses that not even the best healers can mend. They accomplish incredible things by simply touching a person's dream. I know, for I saw a Dreamwalker in action. My wife and children contracted the Connaughton flu. It was a terrible way to die, slow and painful. And when they died, my reason to live died with them. But the Dreamwalker I met, he took pity on me. He gave me an opportunity to remember my family while forgetting the pain of losing them. To become numb to the loss, to remember them as they were before the illness. To remember the happiness and the love. The Dreamwalker entered my dreams, and when I woke, a calmness had filled me. Everything was all right. I can go on with my life. I wanted to thank him, but he was gone. I never saw him again. Whoever the Dreamwalkers are, whatever master they ultimately serve, I will forever be in their debt. But this fact doesn't eliminate the fear that lingers at the back of my mind. Was it right to take away the pain? Aren't memories a thing that makes us unique? Have I become someone else because my memories have been changed? Seems I have replaced pain with fear, and I'm not sure which I prefer. kind of a bit of a common story, hasn't it? All right, so now I think we gotta go all the way. We got the Torn Asunder quest. It looks like to Windhelm we go. I'm gonna swing by a teleporter. we're gonna take the short way. Not that this map is particularly long. Actually, if I'm being honest, one of the smaller maps of the game. Seriously, again, same exact place.
Distasteful.
There she is.
Bones and blood, bathed in red, joined together, walking dead.
Alright, second note. The second-born, Fjornya? I laid upon her to rest in the shrine dedicated to the things she grew up dreaming about. Dragons. Whenever we visited the springs of Windstard, Yornya would insist that we stop at the nearby ruins to pay her respects to the fabled creatures. She said she could sense their presence. She'd run off to the same spot every time, a small clearing behind a strange curved slab of stone. She liked that spot. I hope she'll be at peace there. If only her mother. Right, well.
Over here, Initiate.
Yep, what's up?
Greetings. I have a message for you from Velast, Mistress of Incunabula.
Sure, message for me?
Indeed. She has a task for you. You'll want to speak with her as soon as you can.
Where can I find her?
Velast awaits you at the Guild Hall in Davin's Watch, along the eastern coast of Stonefalls.
Alright, fine. I should just grab it. I don't plan on doing the guild quest right now. I will eventually do them, I promise, but I really want to focus on the storyline and then to do the main quests.
What do you want?
And then I will do the side stuff. There is a lot of prologues and side quests and whatnot. I know that I've been playing the game. I think uploaded now is about, I think 80, episode 85, 86. I think this is going to be episode 80, actually, maybe even episode 90 by the time you guys see this. So that's been 90 hours plus of gameplay. And I am not even like 20%. So if you're curious about how much gameplay there is in this MMO, there's a lot.
It's no wonder the palace is still a wreck.
This is odd, straight.
feeling lazy. I don't want to fight anything, so I'm just kind of plowing through if you're curious.
Going to need a moment. I'm not a young man.
Oh, closer. Where? Just though. I don't want it. I hope it's not inside. I don't think it's inside. I don't think Daddy-O would have buried them inside. Oh.
Onward and upward.
Behind a large rock, he said. That's a rock. It's that rock. Here? No. Circles. Bunch of rocks over here. I think they're in. Ah, there she is. Bitter and dull drink.
We can use
Rise
this.
up, darkness. Rise up.
Right. What is with their chanting? Before this had ever been so hard, the third born, Valda, my little girl, my darling, for her the only place that would suit was where I took her each year on the day of her birth, to ride the horses at the little place in southern Eastmarch. The stable master would always welcome her, and my Valya would be so happy. She'd sit by the small pond near the house, and she picked those beautiful red flowers. She loved it there, and horses were her favorite animals in the world, which is why I... Oh, I'm not supposed to be here. I wasn't paying attention to where I was teleporting other than the spot on the map being closest. Go. Moons and the story of the little moon always chasing the big moon. I always find funny. If you guys haven't heard that story, there's a children's poem that we read, and it's also a song about the little moon chasing the big moon. It was really quite cute. Remember to swing by and sell those. I can never say no to a thief's trove, but at the same time it clutters my inventory.
Another chance at perfection.
Oh man, I need runestones because apparently I ran out of one, and I couldn't complete my writ for the day, which was a bummer. And now I'm finding all these runestones. Nice. Something about the pond, didn't he?
You won't stop her. You won't stop her. She'll eat your heart, devour it whole. Never stop her. Never, never, never.
Okay, these girls are deranged and something's not right. It wasn't that far. Road back.
Yeah. Yeah. Quality material makes for quality goods.
You returned, and you have them. Oh, even after all these years, they're still beautiful. Their lovely smiles, the energy flowing through them. Oh, it's like we were never apart.
Something's weird, right? Something's really weird. I was only able to recover their skulls.
Nonsense. I feel their presence. We're still connected, linked by blood, linked by magic. There's so much work to do, so much we still must accomplish, so much energy to touch, to devour.
What are you talking about?
My husband didn't appreciate our work. When he found the bodies, he was shocked, disgusted. He never embraced the power as we did. No, he had to stop us. The fool.
What did you do?
We gave them new life, but he stopped us, because a little blood scared him. But now I have my daughters back. We can start again, as a family.
What are you going to do?
Nothing that concerns you. For the service you provided, you may live, but don't follow us. I won't allow anyone to separate my family again.
Sonia, I don't know why I continue to leave you these notes. You and the children have been gone for more than 10 years now. Perhaps they make me feel better, make me believe that what I did wasn't awful, that what I did was necessary. You changed so much. You became a different person, but I always remember the woman I loved, the woman who gave me 3 beautiful daughters. That's the woman I always hold in my heart. But when you met that man, this stranger from that cult, you changed. You brought our children into it when I was away. You corrupted them. I'll never forgive you for that, but I'll never stop loving you either. I enlisted in the King Yorn's army, stationed at Yorn's Stand. The king needs us now, especially with the threat of his brother Filgor and the orcs posed to the land. I'll travel with him until I'm struck down in battle or this war ends. I hope to become one of the king's honored guard. Perhaps when we meet in Sovngarde, you'll be the woman I first fall in love with again. Not the woman who embraced the dark magic. Not the woman I had to kill. Aw, buddy, and I just released her and her daughters. Probably wasn't the best idea I've ever had.
Poor Honda. I'm going to miss sharing a cask with him.
Don't believe a soldier's life is all fame and glory. Taking a life isn't heroic. Your enemy has a family, just like you, and like I did. No one deserves to die. No one.
Are you Sonia's last blood husband?
How do you... My wife is dead, stranger. Leave her in peace.
Oh, sorry. Her spirit said you killed her. She asked for my help.
Tell me you didn't help her. Tell me you didn't bring her and my daughters back together. No, of course you did. And now we'll all pay for your mistake.
Why did you kill them?
My wife turned to Molag Bal. She worshipped him. Then she drew my innocent daughters into her cult. They murdered people, but that doesn't matter now. Where is she? What's she planning?
She vanished when I brought them together.
They practiced their magic in a ruin south of here. That's probably where they've gone. She planned to give my daughters to Molag Bal when I killed her. You have to stop her!
Alright.
Go on. I'll gather my things and be right behind you.
Going. Sorry.
Good. Keep practicing.
I
You might
thought
turn
I
into
was
soldier
doing a
yet.
good thing.
Ugh! Dirt fungus.
Already discovered. Going in the wrong direction. I have to follow the road.
Ha!
You can't stop us. What was started long ago shall finally be complete. We shall join as one. Molakbal, accept our offering. Make us your weapon.
You will be the first
Make us invincible.
Molakbal! Now you shall witness our power!
Cool beans. Okay. What? Do you think I'll be lucky enough that it's sitting outside the dungeon and I don't actually have to go in the dungeon? I think I have to go in there actually for the book. It has told it. Alright. Unless the book is elsewhere.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that. If we must. Planning to improve your equipment while you're here? Smart.
Animal Last Blood Journal. I was a husband, a father. I wished to live a life of peace and love. I wanted to grow old with my wife, watching my children grow and start families of their own. Then in the fullness of time, I wanted to pass into Sovngarde, wife at my side, to find whatever reward waited for us. I never expected it to end the very things that gave me happiness. to be the hand that murdered my wife and daughters. But sometimes things happen. Evil corrupts even the most pure, the most innocent. My family, my wife, my daughters. They hurt others, innocent people. They did unthinkable things. The power they wielded when they were together was pure evil, but I ended it. I buried them all in different places. I made sure that they were never to be together again. The firstborn, Jolene, I laid her to rest in her favorite spot to play as a child. I still remember her playing tag with her sisters in that alleyway. She'd hide behind the strange stones and surprise anyone who walked by. They'd be mad at first, but then they'd see her smile and move on, headed for the sober Nord or Merchant Row. She was such a playful child before the Daedric corruption of Molag Bal pulled her into the cult. She was the first to turn after my wife, the first I found, blood and knife in hand. An evil grin I didn't recognize adorned her beautiful face. I had to do what I did. Kyne helped me. I had to. The second-born, Yornia, I laid her to rest in a shrine dedicated to the things she grew up dreaming about. The dragons. Whenever we visited the springs at Witchstart, Fornia would insist that we stop at the nearby ruins to pay our respects to the fabled creatures. She said that she could sense their presence. She ran off to the same spot every time, a small clearing behind a strange curved slab of stone. She liked that spot. I hope she'll be at peace there. If only her mother hadn't got a hold of her. She was the closest to me of my daughters. She could hold her own in a fight, more often than not. She was a good girl. But she too fell into the evil of the cult. I had to take matters into my hands again. So I did what was necessary. I wept and wept into the night. Nothing before this had ever been so hard. My third-born, Valdia, my little girl, my darling. For her, the only place that would suit was where I took her each year on the day of her birth, to ride the horses at a little place in southern Eastmarch. The stable master would always welcome her, and my Valya would be so happy. She would sit by the small pond near the house, and she picked those beautiful red flowers. She loved it there, and horses were her favorite animals in the world, which is why I was shocked when I found her favorite horse dead in that morning, its heart carved out. She was holding it, still pumping blood, in her hand, and grinning maniacally. I never asked for this. I never wanted this. But I feel responsible. As if it was my fault, as if I failed them somehow. I did unspeakable things, but for the greater good. I never killed any innocents, but I killed my family. Perhaps this makes me more of a monster than they were, but I did what I thought was right. Sonia speaks of sacrificing the girls, using them to gain ultimate power from Molag Bal. I couldn't let that happen to my little girls. I just couldn't. I hope they can forgive me one day. I hope they welcome me into Sovngarde, back into their arms. I miss them, more and more, every day. I think it's my time to finally... Mnealia, if this message reaches you, I must assume you did what I could not and stopped my wife. I apologize for not accompanying you to the ruins. My family's blood already stains my hands, and I couldn't bear to go through that ordeal all over again. To think that everything I had to do 10 years ago could have come undone, that it could have all been for nothing, I couldn't stand the thought. At the same time, I couldn't end their lives, not again. I had to let that fall to you, and for that, I'm sorry. You won't see me again. My time is done. I had hoped to die a glorious death in battle beside the Scald King. Instead, I died a coward's death. May Kyne forgive me. I left a small reward for you. It's in my chest behind this tent. My journal is also there. It contains the entire story of what I was forced to do. Kyne watch over you, my friend, and Kyne watch over us. On, Mo. Everybody. Oh, Sonia's bridal veil? Oh. His most prized possession was his wife's bridal veil. Which looks like a helmet. Alright, we are actually done here. Oh. Kind of sad. Our time here was kind of short. The most, again, largest of the map.
Good find, cohort.
So we're gonna... Yeah! Alright, my dogs are barking like lunatics. Yeah! They're done. Yeah. My plan is I'm gonna enter the rift, and then I'll call the episode done. I'm just gonna melt the world. And this is why I don't often ride horses, because I don't, once I'm on it, I don't want to get off of it. And there's always like something to pick or something to kill, and I'm like, why must I be so lazy? I think I'm going in the wrong.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. The rift was down here. Yeah, I was right.
Ow, ow, ow.
Xander makes such a good companion for me because he also hates horses. Alright. We are here and we are done. I will be back on the... We accidentally popped into the rift for a while because I went the wrong direction when I was leaving one of the cities. I don't remember. Anyway, I'll be back soon with something.